children, we're dealing with people's mind who are in the process of development. And we as Christians in particular, we talk about all this stuff about love and commitment and being a family. We should be very sensitive of this issue about the family and children. And even though we as parents can't get along, we have to find some way to meet a happy medium in order to make sure that these children have a quality life. And and we listen, you listen to these radio shows, and every now and then it pops up on TV, talking about the absent black father. But they don't say nothing about the positive black father.
Amen.
Who were there to think and thin and trying to ensure that their children are developed properly and shown love from both sides of the picture. And there's something wrong with that picture. And the correction in it has to start here. That's why I just commend Brother Chappell, Brother Williams, and the others who are getting involved in this program here to where, children that we see and that we come in contact with, we're trying to draw ourselves to them and give them a part of us. Just a part of us. I remember when I grew up, I thought South Central was it. I mean, I hadn't seen the rest of the world. I hadn't seen the rest of the city. And then I went to Cabrillo Beach, and I said, wow. And then you look out the beach, and the ocean just keeps going and going. And, in school, you study those things, but to be there and just to see it, when you come from an area where you're somewhat restricted and you see these things, and then as you live life, you see other things, and you get inspired. And that's what church is supposed to be about. All of us, we're supposed to inspire all the rest of us. Right. And particularly our youth. Let them dream. Let them dream of whatever it is you want to be. Just dream. And let's see how we make this dream possible.
Amen.
We have, I remember I dreamed of being a cowboy. My father said, it's more than being a cowboy. I said, okay. But that's what I used to see on TV, and that's what I enjoy. And today we see on TV, we see some things that just does not depict the black family properly. And so, what's going through those children's minds as they look at these TV shows and they see all this stuff that we know is not reality, but to them it is very real because it's on TV. Yeah. So somewhere there's got to be a balance, and we got to buy into that balance. We've got to, every one of us, have to have a sense of community, a sense of caring, and a sense of love. If we are the Christians that we claim to be, and we're expected to love our enemies, what about those that are around us? I wrote a little something here. And I said, black fathers don't get much attention for their influence, or the influence of the children in their lives. And a number of black fathers have been involved and engaged in not only their children's lives, but in other children's lives. Being engaged, that's the key, being engaged. Have we lost the sense of community? If we have, we need to take steps to recapture it. Take steps. Look at our value system. And look at the value systems of our youth. How can we affect the value system? How can we affect the change? I know growing up, some folks never thought Obama would ever be president. I'm not sure he thought he'd ever be president. But yet and still, he's president. How did that happen? Did it just fall out of the sky, or at some point in time in his life, did his mother make sure that he got his homework done? or that he listened while he was in school, or that he worked hard to obtain whatever it was the teachers were trying to give him. They say he was a laid-back kind of guy when he went to Occidental. But at some point in time, he got it together to where he applied himself, and oh, what a spokesman he was. That could be you.
Amen.
That could be you. Yeah, you, folks. You pointed at yourself. That could be you. That could be any of you that's in this church today. Yeah. You know, you got to dream more than being able to get out and shake a tail feather. And talk trash. And dream of being rich, but don't want to work in order to achieve. You know, that is just kind of funny because I don't exactly have a text right now. But I got the point that I'm trying to make, because I know that every one of you in this church today that hears my voice wants to be successful. They look at Gerald and say, ooh, I want to be like him. The guy is cool, he's clean, got a pretty wife, and got a whole bunch of kids. That's who I want to be like. So I want to be like Brother Chapel. You know, he seems to be impersonal, but that boy loves me. I don't like him. My personality fits him. I think I can be like him. Amen. And that's what we're talking about. Exposure. Exposure. And you know what? We, as men of this church, have to put ourselves in position to do just that. For I grew up without a father. He died when I was 3 years old. And it was some of the men that was in church that had an influence on me and what I am today. You know, when you grow up a teenager, you get all kind of crazy thoughts. But sometimes it takes that Sunday school teacher or that minister or just that man in church to say, hey, man, you know what? You want to be a little different than the direction you're going. You need to consider some other things. And sometimes we listen. I still hear voices of people that said things to me when I was a youth. In order to be, you got to put something into it to achieve. Talk about all these black men in prison. But what about all these black men that aren't in prison? Amen. What about all these black men that are trying to do the right thing? Amen. Who are trying to take care of themselves and trying to take care of their families, and some of them are crazy enough to try to take care of somebody else's kids. Amen. And do I say that in a negative sense? No, I'm not saying that in a negative sense at all, because I have a note here that says, you know, the social fathers, the guys who step in when they see a mother struggling and just talk to the youth. They may not even have a relationship with the mother. But if you have a relationship with the mother, you ought to be committed to her and her children. Yes. You're the man. You're there. Yes. You know, children learn about love from us. Yeah. And I might not be the most romantic kind of guy, but some of you may be. Show it. So children will learn what it's really all about. What is love? Love is more than they see on TV. Love runs deep. When that woman gets sick, that love should still be there. Amen. When that man gets sick, that love should be there. Amen. This thing on these Atlantic wives or Hollywood wives or whatever that is. Junk is what it is. Yes.